you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I was just noticing
can you see me? Am I
can
invisible?
see you. Yes. No.
Because I just realized I'm wearing a shirt that matches the background. So
it really does. That's kind of
plus my
kind
brown
of
hair. All I need is a really good tan, and I'd be invisible.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you tan?
The world would rejoice.
Is that a thing that happens?
Yes, I tan.
Okay. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? How long have we been together?
You've never been tan that entire time.
Yeah. Would you like to see my tan lines, Marcus?
Yes.
I will show you next week.
We need more people on the YouTube crew.
I will show you my tan lines.
Jason's tan lines.
Yes, right. That's right.
This week. Accidentally disturbing.
People where's the unsubscribe button?
Yeah, we broke it off. It don't exist no more.
I see you found the ratings now.
Yeah. Suddenly we're all about pushing buttons on YouTube.
Wait, and I do
dislike.
While we assuming we started recording already. Did I? Okay. You always reach that panicky part where you're like, did I hit record? Just for people who are wondering, if I was interested in maybe giving this podcast a rating, for example, how would I go about doing that? I know it's a challenging thing sometimes.
True.
But I'll tell you. So if you're actually in, say, Apple Podcasts, for example, and you're looking at probably a wonderful image, hand drawn by Marcus Val, right? You can, if you're in Apple, you can hit the little buttons at the bottom. There's like three little buttons, like three little pigs, but 3 little buttons. And on there, I think, maybe it's not on there anymore. Well, that wasn't.
It's been a long time since I've used Apple Podcasts. I use Overcast for my stuff.
What happened to it? It used to be right here. No wonder people aren't doing it.
Thanks, Apple.
Why, Apple? Why do you have to change all the good things?
Yeah.
Why?
Do you
I
want
don't understand. So it used to be you could actually just do a little star thing right like within this app, and now you can't.
Oh man.
Well, why is that? That doesn't make any sense. You can save the episode.
That's cool.
You can. So you actually have to go to the actual podcast itself, I think. Yeah, you have to actually go to the actual podcast page itself. And then if you scroll down past all the episodes, because there's a lot of episodes.
As of today, 78.
But a lot, yeah.
A few more, too.
Some may say 77, too many. Then you click, there's like the little star thing in there that you can click on, and I just did it for us because I hadn't done it in Apple. So you're welcome. And then, I'm
glad that one
Spotify,
of the hosts of the podcast recommends it.
One of them.
Yeah, I haven't yet. That's true. 50% of the people on this podcast love it. I mean, 1 out of 4 dentists.
You got to start somewhere. Well, we're not talking about dentists.
No.
We're not talking about dentists this week.
I do. Yes.
And then in Spotify, it's I think it's a little easier in Spotify. The rating is kind of right at the top of the page. And here's the thing: we don't even have enough ratings to have a rating.
Oh, right. Yeah. So they can't display a rating because there's not a big enough data sample.
Only listeners to this show can rate it. Check out a few episodes, then come. Oh, because I haven't listened to Spotify. That's the problem. I don't listen to Spotify.
So that's the problem.
If Spotify's listening, I just really messed up the. So yeah, you have to listen. If you're listening to Spotify, then it should be right there for you.
And I want to be able to get credit for that with Spotify. I'd be like, look, I promise I've listened to each one of these.
Yeah. At
least once. Because when we do it, that's once, and then when I...
That's once. Yeah, that counts as once.
Produce it, that's another.
I listen in this program called Downcast.
Downcast.
which I've been using
That's
for
an
years.
interesting name for a podcasting.
Well,
thing.
I like it.
Like Bummed
And,
Out. That's another great app.
So from within that, if you're listening within that, I think you can probably not leave a rating. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember if you can rate in Overcast or not.
I don't know. Okay. Well,
Everybody with
fun.
their casts.
Yeah, just all the casts.
Yeah. And if you're
all
on
the casts.
if you're on YouTube, obliterate that subscribe button.
It's really easy. There's little stars right there, right below, right down. He can actually put an arrow here.
Yeah, you're over there.
He doesn't like to
side.
do stuff, but that. Yeah.
I do have a little subscribe button that shows up every now and then. In fact,
I thought I saw that.
In fact, there it is right there.
Are you doing it again? He's doing it. He's doing his thing. Hey,
it's under
makes me
your
so
picture.
happy when you do stuff like that. It's so exciting. Oh, it's right there.
Yeah, right there.
That's pretty good. Okay. Well, hello there.
Now it looks like you're talking to you.
Okay. I don't think you can say that.
No, it looks like you're conversing with your.
Okay. Oh God. Okay.
I don't know. How are you, sir? How's your day going? You got rained on in the Epcot today.
Oh, it was very moist in Epcot today.
It was a moist Epcot day.
It was a moist Epcot day, and it was, as the kids say. I mean, yeah, this happened to me. This happened to me yesterday. Henry made some kind of reference to some acronym or abbreviation or something, and I was like, "What is that?" And he's like, "Don't ask." And then he says, "Don't look it up." I'm like, okay, well,
that sounds like advice you probably want to take.
Of course, I looked it up.
Of course you did.
And we had a conversation about it. But
see, that's what he was wanting to avoid, I think.
I think so too. Yeah, and I'm not going to bring it up here. That's for sure.
I don't think I have enough blooper Patricks.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't even know how to. Yeah, I'm not even. Not gonna go. No, that's it. Oh, I have tea. What
tea are we drinking tonight? That's going to be a new thing on our show.
I'm thinking a little peppermint cheer again.
Peppermint cheer, solid choice.
Well, peppermint cheer. You know, as I was driving here, I was thinking, we should be doing this live. Why aren't we doing this live? And then it's probably not something we actually want to do, but.
I mean, every now and then, sure, but I mean, I don't know that we've started on time yet.
We did. Oh, I don't think that matters. I think you just. This is the thing, Marcus. You just
bring it on, folks.
Yeah, you don't. You just. Okay, get in there. Okay, you just do it. You just do it, and because we're great. You're here. I'm here. We're going to record anyway. Like,
true.
I mean, you could just do it live. I mean, you still do the podcast thing.
Yeah.
It's just something to think about. I mean, I don't know. Someone might show up.
Someone, maybe.
I mean, the thing is, but then that does change the dynamic because then we're either interacting with people, which is part of the joy of actually doing the live, or
we're
ignoring them.
Loses its value in replay. Part of the joy of
doing the only for people who actually. Oh, you mean because the interaction part, right? Correct.
Right. Like later on, then people are like, okay, so Bob was here. Great. But why do I care? It's a year later, and.
Oh, yeah. A year later, Bob is not that interesting. Next week, Bob, that's pretty, he's still interesting.
Next week, Bob's okay. Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Yeah.
As long as he's had his rest. Otherwise, then he becomes as cranky as last week, Bob.
The facial hair is
jerk. It's coming along, right?
It's coming along. It's coming along. Yeah. I mean,
we're slowly transitioning into Professor Marcus.
I think when Thor looked like Kenny Rogers is kind of what the look is going to be for you. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
when he held his hammer in the air and yelled, "You got to know when to hold him, and you got to know when to fold him." They cut that scene, by the way.
You could have heard a pin drop when Loki stopped to lock the door.
See? I knew it. He also said that.
Everyone considered him
I was thinking. Oh, the other thing I was thinking was this.
Asgard.
Marcus, this is such a great idea. Like, so you've been doing all this Thor thing, you're
that's very Thor.
Becoming Thor. You're becoming Thor. You're
sort of
carving Thor with your bare hands. You're like doing all the Thor things, right?
That sounds very grandiose, and I wish what I was doing was that awesome. And you're going to
show up, and it's going to be amazing. And then I was like, maybe I should be. We could do like a before after thing. Maybe I should be like Fat Thor. You know, like when Thor let himself go.
Yeah.
After Endgame.
Right.
Or not after Endgame. It wasn't. It was no.
Well,
Endgame was the last one.
At the beginning of Endgame, he's all right, and then after he chops off dude's head, then
that's when
5 years later.
Thank you. That's when it was. So it was Endgame though. So yeah. Mm-hmm. So and that's like I could be like you could be like before and I could be after.
I feel like if I'm being honest, then I am perhaps Thor as he is maybe halfway between getting back to where. Yeah.
You're like end of Endgame Thor.
Right, where he's like, all right, I kind of got my mojo back. I might hit the treadmill some more than I usually do.
He kind of whipped himself back into shape pretty fast.
A little bit, yeah. I like though that how like when he zodded into Thor with all of his armor and whatnot, he was still heavy Thor. It was like turning into Thor didn't shed the pounds. It just put cool clothes on him, and it was awesome that they fit too. That's awesome when you can go Hada! And then like clothes that automatically fit you no matter what. Come on your body. That's pretty cool.
The superhero clothes are like that. Superman's clothes were. Remember Kal-El's?
He's
outfit was like that, right?
He's more spandex. That's true. It did fit him as a boy. Yeah. And if I remember correctly, Mork from Ork, his jumpsuit was actually like this big, and he was able to put it on.
Oh yeah, he had a little hanger for it, right?
Yeah.
I remember that. I do remember that.
Orkian fabrics. That's.
So we started watching 30 Rock, and I hadn't.
I
didn't realize that I hadn't ever really watched it before.
What do you think?
I thought I had. I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it.
Isn't it funny? It's great.
It's great. Oh, it's fantastic. The best part on Netflix. So what's happening now late at night is that. When I want to enter my vegetative state mode, like, okay, I can't think about anything else, but I don't want to sleep yet, right? Because it's like 9:30. And you're like, I could be productive, Marcus.
Yeah, but...
there's stuff to do for sure.
Yeah.
And if it was crunch time with a deadline facing me, oh, by golly, I'd be up working, right? But, it's Monday.
And... I have a hard time. I don't have a hard time working at 9:30. I have a hard time starting work at 9:30.
That's I have a hard time stopping. That's mine's stopping. If I start at 9:30, I'll keep going
forever. But I had to have started at 7:30.
Oh, I see.
if it's 9:30, I'm like, I'm not going to start doing anything.
You mean like
tonight.
Resuming? Like you took a break and then getting back to it kind of thing?
Right. Or like if I know I have to do task. If I didn't start task by, say, I could start task about 8:30. But if it's after that, then I'm not. I might be able to pick up something that I had already started, but I'm certainly not going to start something new that late.
How do you take your task? Do you little sugar and cream, or
one sugar, maybe a dollop of whipped cream on a cold night?
Oh, whipped cream. Okay.
Yeah. So we got those now, cold nights. I don't know what's up with that.
We'll come back to that. I was gonna say, like, my little vegetative state. Pleasure is that I will queue up, but we'll put on like 30 Rock, for example, and Michelle's on the sofa thing with the dogs usually watching, and I'm over at the kitchen table thing, and I can see the TV, and I'm playing Super Auto Pets.
Yeah, of course.
Well, and what will happen is that I plan on playing 1 or 2 games of that, and then and each one lasts, depending on how I'm doing, somewhere between, let's be honest, somewhere between like 7 minutes and 20.
Yeah,
so I'm not that good. And then, that's about 20 minutes, about the length of an episode too.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. So what will happen is that I need to time it so that when I'm finished playing a game is when 30 Rock is like the episode's finished. I don't want to. What do I do with that in between? I'm not disciplined enough to like say, 30 Rock's still going. I'm going to close my computer,
right, and
just watch.
So they have to sync up.
They do have to sync up, right?
Yeah.
And then what ends up happening is that Michelle, at some point in there, like usually by the second episode, she will fall asleep. No, she doesn't want to fall asleep. She wants to actually go to bed properly and fall asleep. And I know this, but I don't care because I needed to sync up, and I'm trying to win. I was like, all I wanted one like even close to win would be nice. And so I have the button for the remote control, or I have my phone for the Apple TV. And as soon as it gets to the end, I just hit the button and it goes to the next one.
Uh-huh.
So she doesn't know. There's not enough pause in the audio. Like she doesn't know. It just keeps going. So I think she thinks she probably thinks not anymore now, but she probably thinks we're in like episode 3, but we're actually like on episode 12.
Right. Because her in and out sort of consciousness keeps seeing an episode going, and she thinks that's the same one.
They're the same people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then,
suddenly Jason Bateman's in this one, and you're like, I didn't know he was
wake up
in
for
this
Jason
one.
Bateman. Right. So it's what are we watching now? Ozarks? No.
Still 30 Rock.
So I'm doing that. I actually have taken a break. I'm trying to be better and not play, because it got bad, Marcus. Like I'm playing the Super Auto Pets thing, and that has to sync, and then it's time to floss the teeth and brush the teeth and go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was playing that other game. I was getting back into the habit of I was getting that bad. The mini, what did we call it again? You know the name of the game that I play. It's amazing.
Mini Motorways, yeah.
Mini Motorways, yeah.
I've been playing Mini Metro, the Subway version of that.
There's a Subway version?
Yeah, it's the game that they created before they created Mini Motorways.
Should I play the Subway? Is it better?
I like it. It's interesting. I don't think it's not as complex. I don't think so. I have not yet played Mini Motorways. I just started playing this because Mini Motorways I think is only on arcade, and I don't have the arcade, but this is on everything. So
okay. Got it. No. So anyway, I don't. But I'm getting into that habit that I was in with the Yeti thing, where I would just stay up and play it, and there was and that was a problem. At least with Mini Motorways, I guess theoretically you could just keep playing. Like at some point, I think it gets so hard that you fail out, and then there's a cool little graph that'll show you how you do compared to everybody else playing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What percentile you're in. So then it becomes a little competitive. Like so, then I'm like, as long as I'm in the top 50, I can go to sleep. Right. But that game, like the better you are, the longer it goes, and so then you can end up being up too late. In any event, I stopped doing that. I'm not doing that before sleep most nights anymore.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
discipline. Nice.
Yes. Well, also it's been, like you said, it's been cold. Is my internet weird?
It is a little choppy right now.
It's a little choppy, right? Well, I mean, on my end, it's like you look great.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I got the good internet just so I would look nice to you.
So I don't know, because what I'm seeing, for people who are wondering, like what I'm seeing is like the image I'm looking at next to Marcus is I'm sending my image to him and he's basically sending it back to me.
Oh yeah,
is the way this is working, and so it's like when I put my hand in the air, I can like on my little mini screen it goes up faster. Like watch here. And there it is. Here. And there it is. Like, so there's a little bit of a delay. I could do this all night too. Here. There it is. There it is.
Yeah. To get all of the excitement, go to YouTube.
You can do it. We could do a sound version like, hello, 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 hello. It doesn't really work with sound because I'm not getting the anyway.
Right. Yeah.
Hopefully,
everyone is very disappointed that it doesn't work with sound. Oh darn.
Anyway, it's been cold, but I think that this is the week that when I look back on this years from now, and I think to myself, when did I become a Floridian? I'm pretty sure it was this week.
Yeah, I can see that
because I have, and maybe these aren't mutually exclusive. It could also be when did you actually cross the line into being old?
Yeah. A lot of times those two things overlap a lot.
the Floridian and the old thing? Yeah, because I realized like this week, I'm cold. Like no matter what. Like I'm in my house and I look at the thermostat. And the thermostat's telling me it's like 69 or 70 degrees or something. And my hands I'm cold. I'm never cold, Marcus. I'm never cold. And it's like I can't get, some nights in bed, I can't get, my feet are just cold.
Yeah.
And I can't get them warm. And it's not a circulation problem. It's that I don't think it's a circulation problem because it's not like a problem every night. It's just the nights that it's cold outside. It happens to be.
Right.
Anyway.
Circulation goes bad when it's cold outside. That's not how that works.
That doesn't make sense unless
but that's the other thing is that
yes, it is.
The temperature in your house can be 70 degrees in the summertime because you're using your AC and it feels great. When it's 70 degrees in the wintertime because it's cold outside, then you're like, God, it's cold in here.
But when it's 70 degrees, when nothing's running, like because it's pleasant, which is actually a good chunk of this season so far.
Yeah. That's been.
And so it's not warm enough to have to run the AC, but it's not cold enough to have to run the heat. It is usually like 70 degrees inside. Like naturally, it'll hover, it'll bounce right like 68 to 72, right? But it's kind of just stays in that little bubble. That feels fine. Like when it's like say it's 60 degrees outside, or even like 58.
Yeah,
and it's 68 in the house. That feels fine. It feels fine. If it gets down to like 50 or below that. And it's 68 or 70 inside.
Yep.
That's cold still. It's still cold.
What is up with that? Supposedly that's the same temperature.
I don't know.
I guess if I'm really trying to think of it. My internet
is so jacked right now. Keep going. You keep talking. I'm going to fix this. I'm going to troubleshoot this.
But yeah, I guess if I'm being scientifically minded about it, then the temperature that the thermostat is reporting is the temperature right around the thermostat, and the air like right above the ground is probably a good bit colder than the air halfway up the wall, because cold air descends and hot air rises. But and maybe it's just because like I'm walking around with no shoes on and my feet are in that cold spot close to the floor. Maybe that's why I just perceive it as being colder than usual.
I've got slippers on, Marcus.
Yeah, true. And what's weird is that like the temperature of like your furniture drops. That sounds weird, but like if you put your hand like in between the cushions, it's kind of cool in there. And I don't know how that happens.
You voluntarily stick your hands between your cushions? Like, don't you know what's down there?
Yes, I'm trying the wood beast.
Would you not do that? Like, no, because what you do, I'm doing
it's the test of manhood. I have to do it as a tree man.
It's the test of manhood. But you don't snack on the sofa, do you?
Not vehemently.
And you don't have dogs.
Well, that's certainly true. I don't have dogs.
And you don't have children. So
correct.
So
the chances of there being like
weird, crummy,
crazy
hairy
surprises
stuff down
in there is not.
Yeah, like for me, if I stick my hand down behind the sofa pillow, like if I was there and I did it right now, it would feel as if I'm petting something, probably. Like, it would feel as if it's a grab bag of I don't know what,
sad things.
just stuff. Yeah, like oddly comforting.
Yeah, and maybe nostalgic.
It's a little soft. Oh, I remember that day.
Something World War 7 is in there.
Oh, there's a coin. But yeah, you don't.
That was a cracker from that Red Lobster we went to.
What I always think of is like, oh, now I got to vacuum that now. I can't sit there knowing that it's like that.
Yeah, now that you know it's there. Yeah, you got to do something about it.
And I pull the cushions off, and then of course as the cushions come off, then the dogs want to jump up. It's like, no, not now. Now's not the time.
Cushion time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that.
Anyway, there's that. There's that. Mm-hmm. I was very quiet on the pins this week, by the way. I want you to know.
I was noticing that. I was looking back through the old the history of our messaging. Proud of me. And well, I mean, I do have a question. However, okay. I want to hear the story of this bonsai tree.
Oh no!
Well, we're off to a roaring start.
Do you really want to know?
Well, you sent me a picture of it.
I did. Well, where do I even begin with this thing? Looks like a juniper. So, it's a gift. Mm-hmm. I get this box. I open this box. There's a bonsai tree in it. Apparently, my mother bought me a bonsai tree.
Oh.
Because I guess she doesn't listen to this program. I don't know how you could listen to this, and then the takeaway is, you know what he needs?
You want
he
more
needs
bonsai
another bonsai tree. Yeah.
We have discussed how we're
I
both
love
bonsai serial murderers.
You know, I love them. I love them.
Absolutely, I love them too.
Right. So
they die in my possession.
So I take this thing home. I take this thing home, and I pull it out. And Michelle's reaction was just wonderful. I mean, she looked at me. You know, Michelle, I get away with a lot. I mean, a lot. I mean, she doesn't question anything really that I purchase, or very, very little.
Unless it has a picture of a pregnant woman on the box.
This thing I bring in, and she says, no. She was like, I don't know, maybe she didn't say no, but it was like that. She might as well have said no. She was like, why? Like, yeah. And, cause she knew, she's like, well, you're going to kill it. That's essentially what I know what she's thinking. You're going to kill it. Yeah. I'm going to kill it even with love. I'm going to kill it with love. Mm. So I'm looking at this. No, this time I'm going to get it done. Right. Yeah. So I'm looking, it came with a little booklet, Marcus. I'm like, okay, well,
there you go. That was what was missing. You didn't have the information.
Right. It also came with this, tray and stones and like a little like a little fountain thing.
Oh, a fountain thing. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, yeah, except it doesn't really go with it. Like, it doesn't, there's no way, you don't attach it, or it's just, oh, here's a bonsai tree and here's a little fountain.
And also a fountain.
And also, right.
Weird bundle deal.
Yeah. And apparently it's from the state of Mississippi. The box was very important for the state of Mississippi to let everyone know that this was coming from the state of Mississippi.
And they're very proud of that. Their bonsai industry is legendary.
Thriving, yes. Soaring to new heights. Or not. Oh, that's the
you got a Mississippi bonsai. Oh, well, heck.
I know. And I didn't know whether to feel like, oh, it's from Mississippi. Couldn't you have just said it was from Japan or something?
Right. I think there's a Tokyo in Mississippi somewhere.
Tokyo, Mississippi. Yeah, like Tokyo and then little Tokyo, big letters, and then little letters, Mississippi. M-I-S-S-I-P-P-P-I. Oh, how are you spell Mississippi? Okay, so so I'm reading a little booklet, right. And the little booklet, it says, clear as day, outdoor bonsai, caring for your outdoor bonsai tree.
Okay.
Great. At least now this establishes. The first question I had with the last one was like, is it supposed to be indoors? Is it supposed to be outdoors? I don't know. Mm-hmm. I think outdoors, but I don't know. Everything I read online said outdoors, but I don't know. But this one clearly establishes, congratulations on birthing your outdoor bonsai tree.
Is that how they birthed?
Great.
Cool.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It felt like it getting out of that box. So I forceps, please. Forceps. Tongs,
push,
people.
Push.
Just something. Yeah. So I'm reading this booklet, mm-hmm. and it's telling me the things, and it's funny because it's acknowledging. I felt like it was like when you first receive it, keep it in the dark essentially for the first few days.
Don't tell it anything.
Acclimated, but it doesn't say like dark inside, dark outside.
Yeah.
I assume dark outside, right? And then it even says, the watering piece is not real clear, which is a bit of a problem.
Yeah,
because
like pretty important.
And then it wants like certain sunlight, but not too much sunlight, like morning facing sun, like eastern sun, and anyway, this whole thing. But then it also talks about winter. In the winter, it needs to experience seasons. Okay, outdoor seasons. It needs to experience seasons, and so we're going to put it outside. But if it gets cold, like below 35 degrees or something, then you need to heal it in. Heal it in. Heal it in, which basically means it says put like pine needles or something else. Dirt, even like something like cover up the roots, I guess. Heal it in, because it's a tree term. I don't know. Yeah, botany, whatever. So I'm saying, okay, this got to go outside. But here's the problem, Marcus. It's been cold.
Yes.
So do you really want its first acclimation to be in the
to
cold?
Florida of all places? Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, what was the weather like in Mississippi where you came from? It doesn't answer me, Marcus. I was like, what was it like when you left? I don't know. Like, it doesn't.
The thing is that Mississippi is one of them tall states. So like the weather up in like South Haven, close to Memphis, is different than the weather in Gulfport. It's
right. In Biloxi.
Yeah, Biloxi.
Biloxi. Biloxi. That's what I said.
That's wrong. Biloxi.
That's what I said. Biloxi. That's what I said.
It's not Natchez. It's Natchez. It's Biloxi.
Biloxi. That's what I said.
Biloxi. What is that
Biloxi.
about?
Yeah. Biloxi Blues.
Biloxi Blues.
Biloxi Blues. That's what I said.
Biloxi. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
That's what Baltimore says.
So
Mississippi says Biloxi.
So I'm getting all anxious at this point.
Yeah, it's almost like the book, it made things worse.
Yeah, it did.
Because now it's giving you too much to think about, and not being clear about some things, and now that's causing anxiety, I think.
So then I was like, we don't really have the sun for the book. What is asking for in this book, as it relates to like where the sun is located? And I don't have that to offer this thing, but you know who does? My mother.
Ah,
yes,
there you go.
Yes, sirree. So guess who? So I'm putting this right back up in the box. Putting the button back in the box. You go. Going to Mom's. And
there you go.
Michelle looks so happy.
She didn't have to watch a bonsai tree slowly
She was so
die.
happy to see me box that back up, send it off to the new home. and so then I get it over here. I get it to my mom's, and I say, "Here you go. Bring it back."
Didn't I just see this?
But I had to explain it. Like, I don't have the light for it. I don't want to kill it. It should be, I think, on her lanai, it'll work fine. Mm-hmm. And I can't have it in my office because it's going to just die in here. Like it's.
Yeah.
So let's put it. You put it on the lanai. You can help me keep it alive. Ergo, you keep it alive. And there you go. Okay. I'm even more anxious now, Marcus.
Yeah. Because it's out of your control?
For the first several days, she had it still wrapped up in, like, when it came, the plastic wrap was like over, not over the tree itself, but like over the root system and the base.
I'll put the image up on the show.
Like, you got to take that off. You got to let it breathe.
That doesn't look right. I mean,
let it breathe. So take it off. So she did take that off, but it was a few days. It sat there in like the living room with that. And then I said, I think it's supposed to be outside. She said, but it's cold and it needs to, and I think she had read the little booklet. She's like, it needs to acclimate. But it's like, but acclimate where? And
was it acclimating when it was in the box? I mean, I don't know. They don't tell you enough stuff in the book.
I don't know. It didn't come with like a little.
Book is ridiculous.
No, there's no like adoption papers or anything. It's just like, there it is. So then it's like you get more information with a Cabbage Patch doll than you do.
I see a possible business opportunity for us here.
Backstories. Yes.
Backstory bonsais.
Backstory bonsais. Get that URL right now.
And when we include the book, we put right here, Backstory Bonsais from Mississippi. .com. And then we when we put our friggin' book in there, it's going to actually have information. Like, it's not going to be like heel in your toe spanks or whatever. It's going to be like, all right, now this is where you put the leaves on top of the roots. Okay.
Right.
And we're going to use no terms.
You know what else? We're going to ship pine needles with it because
there you go.
You may not have pine needles laying around.
And pine needles are just a thing, right? I mean, we could make a little kind of blanket or something, just a little cutesy little blanket to go over the bottom, that does the same thing as the pine needles, but you can collect them and you can get ones for holidays.
It's a little jacket. Oh yes, like a little cozy.
A bonsai
That's
cozy.
another word people say different. They say cozy and they say koozie.
Koozie is weird.
Don't get people started in that debate. That's a whole.
That's an O. That is not two O's. That's one O. I'm just
telling you. I know it. But people get all crazy about it. I don't even know what to say anymore, so I don't say anything. So, I'm not taking a side in this.
A little hat for the bottom of the
little jacket. What do they call? What do they call the things in the UK when they knit the little like sweaters for things in public places? It's something they do with the fire hydrants, and they'll do it to mailboxes, and they'll do it to fences. You've seen this?
I don't.
You know what I'm talking about?
They do it to fences?
Fences. I've seen it on a fence.
Like, all the way. That's a lot of knitting.
No, just like the top. Just like the top of the fence post. Yeah, like
so each fence post has a hat.
Not even all of them. Just like
or
the
just
favorite
one of them,
I guess. Yeah. Like
that almost seems like vandalism.
No, but it's cute, so it's fine. It's allowed because it's adorable.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what
like
that's
graffiti.
called.
When it's well done graffiti, people are like, oh. When it's like just a whole bunch of stuff, they're like, ah.
Yeah. But yeah, see, Backstory Bonsais, and they would have
Backstory Bonsai.
Little adoption papers.
.com.
But I think the key is to put in the book that assumes that you suck at owning bonsais. And so here's everything you need to know in no uncertain terms. This is not an indoor bonsai tree. Keep it outside,
immediately. Just put it out there.
Definitely keep it inside. If it goes outside, it will wither and die.
And maybe like a little like chart that says like ideal to like completely avoid. Like so
right.
if, whatever, have a green zone, right? So maybe it's not the ideal location, but it's acceptable.
Right. Yeah.
But let me know what the acceptable range is.
This bonsai will not have a wonderful life, but it won't be like constantly in pain.
Well, like most adoptees, really.
Right. And most people over 40.
And under 40, even. So
that's just the human condition. Your bonsai will be able to sympathize with you over a number of things.
Right. Let me tell you about suffering. Page 4.
The bonsai's like, I hear you, brother.
So, I think that's a great idea. And so today, my internet went wrong again. Today, I see the bonsai, and it's sitting on the counter in the kitchen, which is, still acclimating, but now it's in the kitchen acclimating. And I said, I think it needs to go outside. And she said, not in this weather. Like, no, it's too cold. And I said, it's an outdoor bonsai. It needs seasons. And she says, I forget exactly how she reacts, but whatever she says to me, it's like, no, it can't have that. And I'm looking at this, and Marcus, I kid you not, there are 2 candles on the counter on either side of this thing. This is like sitting in between, equidistant, 2 open flame candles
that are lit.
Yes.
Okay.
And I said, because I think she said when I said put it outside, it's like it doesn't want. Like, no, she gave it like feelings. Like, no, you can't put it outside. And I said, it is more afraid right now than it ever will be in its life. It's sitting between 2 open flames.
Yeah, they don't react well to fire.
I don't think it's probably like, ooh, pulling in all its little branches. Like, oh, you want to know why they curl up like they do? Like it's like what people do between flames.
That makes me sad.
Oh, I should take a picture of it. So,
I like to scare the bejesus out of my bonsai trees.
I'm pretty sure it needs to go outside and be in the cold. Anyway. That's all I have about the bonsai. I feel like we should get a webcam for the bonsai. We should be like bonsai
so you constantly see how he's doing. Well, he needs a name too, or a she. Give me a she.
I know if I name it, it's definitely going to die.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. Because a good bonsai should live longer than me.
Right. Whenever they do those bonsai sort of exhibits or whatever, there's always one that's like 395 years old, and this one's 1,204 years old. It's like, how?
Who's keeping track of that even?
And how nervous do you have to be the current caretaker of that bonsai tree? Like, you're going to be the one to goof this up.
Great grandfather adopted this tree.
Well, it was 1,200 years old until Bob decided that he was going to pick up the wrong watering can and got the bleach instead. And, well, here we are.
Yeah.
The carcass of a very old tree. Yeah. He just loved that vanilla scent.
There was no coming back from
his
that.
Yankee Candle.
Oy. I mean, I don't know, man. I just don't know that I can. Now that I'm worried, but I also kind of know what the inevitable is. And
right. So it's really more dread than worry.
It's more dread. Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. Oh my gosh, I just found this other pin. Oh, there's 2 other pins.
Well, I know the one that I thought was related to the bonsai that I was disappointed that it wasn't.
Oh, which one did you think was?
The 90% Uber Eats driver rating. You sent me the bonsai tree and 90% Uber Eats driver rating, and I was thinking, this is what happens to lose you that 10% when you're an Uber Eats driver, is you accidentally deliver a bonsai tree instead of food.
No, we ordered Uber Eats one night, and and the driver profile comes up, like when it picks like the person who's going to get your food, it gives you the driver profile, which I'm not sure why, because I'm not getting in their car. Right.
Is my food going to be safe?
Why do I need to know what they look like?
I guess.
I don't need to know what they look like. Why? I don't know. Anyway, they I guess maybe when they come to deliver, I don't know. Anyway, they give you the driver. So they give you the driver profile thing, but then they also give you the rating.
Right.
Right. Mm-hmm. Which again, this is the thing. What am I supposed to do with that information, Marcus? Like, what am I supposed to do? You give me this rating of the driver, and in this case, it was 90%. Now, 90%, I don't know what to do with 90%, Marcus. 90% to me means 10% of the people hated you enough to actually give you a bad rating. Like, I've had people who weren't great who still get all the stars because I'm not a jerk. These people
and I'm also not like, I'm not going to put enough thought into how I rate the Uber Eats guy that I'm going to be like, is it the 3-star or a 4-star? Yeah, exactly.
Aren't you either adequate or horrible? Like,
because I can't imagine a 2-star delivery.
What do you do extra to get a 5? Like, what does that look like? What do they do? Do they bring napkins and silverware for me too? Like, what do they do? I don't know.
It's like, like what does a 2-star or a 3-star delivery look like? It's like they put the food down and they only stepped on one sandwich or something. I mean,
they eat half the fries as opposed to all the fries.
Right. Like you either get it or you don't. Like you either delivered the food or you screwed it up, and that's a 5 or a 1.
Right. So here's 90%. I don't know what to do with 90% because now I'm worried. Now I'm anxious. Now I'm worried. Now I'm wondering, okay, is this a problem or not? Like 90% on a test is good. It's not the best, but it's good. 90%, most things in life is almost all, right? Okay, that seems great. But but is it enough really? Like, right? Because when did you fail? Like, who gave you? What happened in those situations? Now I want the story. I want to know, like, so I can actually make it. But then I realized that I don't need that information because I can't do anything anyway, Marcus.
Exactly.
It's not like they're asking me, "Oh, would you like to select another driver?" No, I can't do that.
Because he's already got the food. What's he supposed to do? Hand it off to another dude? And then, as soon as you abandon him, there's no reason he's not going to goof with your food or whatever. I mean, I'm sure he's going to safely transfer it to another Uber driver now that I've totally told him I don't want him touching my food. Yes. And then, he's like, well, I've already got the 1 star. I might as well go for it.
But why not? I'll go all the way now. So anyway, I don't understand why they're giving me this information. It's making me anxious. Now I'm worried, and now I'm projecting, and then when they deliver it, I'm like, now I'm looking for problems. Like, let's see, what's the problem? And there was no problem. It was fine.
Yeah.
But the other thing that they do, and I don't know if you Uber Eats a lot, but the other thing that they do, which is brilliant. Oh God, so brilliant. Is that they ask you if you want priority delivery or if you just want normal delivery. Because priority delivery, I didn't know. Here's the thing. I didn't know there was a difference until there was, and then they gave me a choice. So in innocent land, in innocent this is like the allegory of the cave. When I was just looking at the shadows on the walls, Marcus, I just assumed when I ordered food and somebody delivered and picked it up, it got delivered to me, right? At some point that shifted where you started getting a message every once in a while saying, your food's on its way, but there's another person ahead. Like, we're dropping off someone else's food first.
He's got 1 stop, and then he comes to you.
And the first time that happened to me, I was like, what the?
Wait a minute.
What are you talking about? And I don't know about you, when I'm doing Pizza Tracker, if I order Papa John's and I'm tracking the car, which is kind of, fascinating, but also a little creepy. I'm watching the little Papa John's guy drive around. I get mad at my name. I'm like, why are you going over there? Dude. Those people are no good. Come to me first. I'm right here.
Put a pin in this because I got some words on this one too.
Come here. You're going. That's not the right way. And then they drive around. You're blocked 16 times, and you're like, come right here. I'm flashing the lights out of my. Anyway.
Yeah.
And then you ask for no touch, whatever they call it. That's like not like they touch you usually, but like no contact
What if
delivery.
I don't choose this? What happens?
And no one, and Papa John's, like, they don't, apparently the memos don't get out very well because, like, no one ever does contactless delivery anymore. Even though they say contactless delivery is the default. And I like say, oh, well, double down on that default. Yes, please, very much. And then I put a little note saying, like, just leave it at the doorstep.
Don't touch me.
Darn if they don't ring the bell and, like, stand there holding the pizza.
In their mouth.
Like, I already tipped you. I don't have to sign anything. Just leave the pizza on the ground.
Yeah, what's the problem? You put a little table out there for him, no?
I saw you drive around the block 6 times. Anyway, so the Uber Eats guy, after that happens like 2 times, I'm like, oh no, but that's what they wanted. Because then they added the other option, priority delivery.
You want him to come to your place first.
Which comes to you first, right?
Yeah.
Directly to you for like $1.92. Like, so like, are you going to spend, it's always like $1.32 or something. Like, so for $1.32, you can get it first. You can get yours first.
Faster.
No problem.
And by association, warmer.
Right. But I think it's a big lie. Like, what is the likelihood that somebody in my neighborhood also ordered sushi from a Chinese place in a Koi around the same time, enough at the same time that they're going to bundle it up and put it in the same car?
Yeah.
Like, what's it like? But I can't take my chances like this, Marcus. I can't. So I'm going to pay $1.32 to have it delivered directly, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do. And then after I do that, that's when I get this, oh, here's your 90% rating person, right? Why aren't they also giving me the option
of choosing a 99% person?
Yeah. How about for $5?
That's a good point.
I get to get, right?
That would be an interesting feature.
Maybe I want my sushi to travel in style.
Yeah. An Uber X, what is it? Uber X, right? That's
Uber X. How about maybe a Prius? I want to reduce my carbon. I want to reduce my carbon footprint. There you go. For this sushi delivery.
Uber Green.
Could you Uber Green? Uber
Eats Green.
Like, yes. I just don't.
Some kid on an electric scooter.
Why? Don't tell me it's 90% if you're not going to give me a way around it.
Yeah, because you just kind of stare at it, and I guess at that point you're like not all that surprised that he makes the block 5 times, but you're like, oh, I see where the 10% went. But but yeah, it's so strange because you're looking at it, you're like, I got nothing here. I can just go, well, I hope this doesn't suck. You know?
Yeah. And then, do you ever think like you see the picture of the person, the Uber, like they kind of look like a serial killer a little bit.
It doesn't surprise me that they do to you. No,
you think to yourself, now I wouldn't get in the car with that person, but I do trust them with my food.
Yeah,
you know, like I wouldn't get in the car, but I trust them with my food.
Sure. Yeah.
And then you play the little game where then they show up with the food. You're like, how do they actually look in real life compared to how they look in their picture? Because there's some people,
they always look different.
There's some people who, like, I don't know what they do. Like, they go to like the equivalent of the 1990s when women would go to the what was that place called? They'd have the blowouts and they'd have the makeup and they have the
glamour shots.
The glamour shots thing. Yeah, the glamour shots. It's like some people have like the equivalent of glamour shots for their Uber Eats profile. Right?
That would be an interesting, bizarre micro niche of photography to go into. His Uber profile pics.
If you're getting into that during the pandemic would have been brilliant. Oh my gosh. Brilliant. So write that down. That's really good.
Uber profile pic photographer.
So like there's those people, and then they show up. You're like, oh.
You notice this too, that all the Uber drivers take their pictures at like a weird Dutch angle like this.
Because they're hanging out the window, like can't stop. So then, but then there's the opposite. There's the opposite. There's like the people who look like you're like, oh, that's the serial killer look. You're like, oh. Mm-hmm. Just put a little effort into it next time. Like, what are you doing? And like it's dark. They didn't have good lighting. It's like, what did you take this in a picture in a closet? What are you doing? Is that someone with you?
Yeah. And then, which one of you is the guy?
and then they show up and they're like, "Oh, you're a normal looking person. Why didn't you?"
And you tell them that.
You should take your picture now for you,
dude. Let me retake that here. I tell you, man, and I kind of feel bad for them when they look like a serial killer like that, because I'm an actor and I've had my photograph taken a number of times. I have headshots that are put out there to tell people, casting directors, what I look like, and I'm satisfied with all of those. But for whatever reason, as soon as I am taking a photograph for a passport or a driver's license, I don't know what happens, but it is the worst, most god-awful picture that has ever happened.
Someone take pictures. They're one takes. That's it.
And it's like
one take.
And for whatever reason, it's like I look fine. I look normal. I go in there and then they take the photograph and suddenly I have like all my hair is plastered in my head or something. It's like I got up and I went straight to this place without taking a shower first or something. Yes. And it's awful. I mean, I should show you my passport picture. It looks like I'm like you said, like a serial killer. It looks like something from something that's on Dateline, you know. It's like, oh, this guy. We should have known about this guy. But yeah, I mean, it's the weirdest thing. And I don't know what kind of, maybe it's that camera. It's that weird big box with the little tiny lens and the flash is like way up here in the corner. It's bizarre looking cameras
or something, and then like have like a live photo going, so they get to select like which frame.
That's what I'm saying. But no.
And then did you face like for the pre-cruise for the cruise ship picture thing? They want a picture, a selfie, basically. Yeah. Submitted to the system, right? Mm-hmm. That isn't your passport photo. This has to be like a current picture of you, ish, without anybody else in it.
Makes sense.
Without anybody else in the back, like you basically want like is right.
They want you to take this specifically for this purpose.
No hat.
Yeah. No.
And no
eyewear that covers your eyes. You can have your glasses on, but no sunglasses.
Right. Or eye patch or something, right? I guess. What do you do if you're a pirate?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't want to advertise that you're a pirate if you're getting on a cruise ship, probably.
No, that's very true. You want to keep that below the belt.
Not a pirate.
Below the table.
So, below the peg leg. So below the parrot. I don't know. I'm out of pirate references now.
It's been 5 years below the parrot. I was afore the mast and below the parrot. If you know what I mean.
Clunk, clunk, clunk.
I've got 3 peg legs.
They call me Stool.
For more than one reason, lad.
So, but this was challenging because I was doing it for Michelle and Henry, neither of whom were around at the time. So I couldn't really take pictures of them.
Yeah.
But I did have a picture, like a school picture of Henry that I could use. So I did that. Mm-hmm. And then Michelle, like going through the pictures of Michelle's like, I can use that one. Okay, I'm going to use that one. But I could not do the same for me. I'm looking at the things that iPhone considers selfies of me, and I'm like, I can't use that. 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 I had to do it. I had to like take a picture of me, and even that was challenging. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't even understand why they need that. Take Like what? They don't like the TSA doesn't ask for that. I don't have to like produce like an extra picture for them.
They do it for when you get off and get back on the boat. Like you tap
they've always done that.
But
they've always done that. Usually what they do in the past is they would take a picture of you when you check in. When you're getting on. But I guess now they don't. I don't know. Maybe it's the efficiency thing.
They don't. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, if I don't have to go through that, that's fantastic.
I mean, you have 7 million pictures of me in my Disney experience. How about you use one of those pictures? Yeah. Like, how about this one from the Mine Train? How about this one from Pirates? How about this one from...
This is what I look like when I'm having fun.
This is what I look like
if I send you a picture that I just had to take in my bathroom because you won't accept anything else, then that's not going to be a picture of me having fun. Hopefully, I'm not going to look like that on this cruise.
Like, what do you want from me? I don't...
Yeah, we had to do the same thing. I had to take my own because I don't ever take pictures of myself just by myself. And so and then of course, Emily had not prepared, and I was trying to check in, and she was like, "Well, we had to go through old pictures and find one." And that's another one. She doesn't take pictures of just herself either.
I haven't put on my face kind of thing. So
exactly,
who cares?
But
there's like one person looking at that picture.
Yeah,
no one's ever going to see that picture. She's not even going to see that picture.
You know, and I know. That this is,
what are you going to do? Duck around the security desk?
But the funny thing is that she also does not take pictures of just herself. So it took a while to come up with one that met those criteria, right? That she wasn't out and about and there's a crowd of people behind her. Like we took a picture at one of the parks or something, or whatever. So it's actually a picture where she's in her Halloween costume of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. It's a Darth Vader. Ruth Bader Ginsburg hybrid, and it's pretty awesome. And so it's her dressed up as Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. So, but it's shoulders up, so you can't see
right. I mean, you can't.
The Vader.
You wouldn't know it if.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's good. She's wearing like a black leather descent collar. It's really fun.
That's cool.
But,
speaking of which. I don't know. It really is not.
Go on.
Speaking of Darth Vader and Ruth Bader, okay. I'm trying to remember where I was when I sent this to you. Saturday, January 15th. What was I doing? On Saturday, January 15th.
Ah, yes, at 5:34 p.m.
Yeah, what was I doing then?
You also sent me one at 2:39. That may does that jog your memory any?
Oh, I see this. Oh.
Well, we had a whole big old discussion about some Boba Fett.
Yeah, we did. So what I sent was sauce service.
Yes, that was the first one.
Right, and I don't, and this kind of the first time I've thought about this a lot, but when I was at Steakhouse 71 for dinner, it was Christmas Day. One of the things they do with like the steaks is that you can pick what sauce you want, and there's. I mean, Marcus, I think there's maybe at least 6 sauces to pick from. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, like, how do you, like, that's a lot to ask of somebody to say, like, which sauce would you like? Would you like the Béarnaise sauce? Would you like the special formula Steakhouse 71? Steakhouse sauce. Anyway,
I'm of the opinion that if I'm using a sauce on the steak, then that indicates that the steak has failed in some way.
Well, this is the other thing. They're asking all these, lots of different sauces, right? And so there's like a garlic-based one or horseradish. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a horseradish.
Yeah, a balsamic reduction. That always is good on a steak. I
think so. All the French things, not French things. French thing. Oh, yeah.
Both French and non-French things.
Yes, you should look at the menu and see.
That's so impressive.
But here's the thing. You can also order a flight.
A flight of sauces.
Because your steak will come with a sauce of your choice, or no sauce if you don't want a sauce. But you could get a flight, and then you get all the sauces, like a little bit of like little container things of all the sauces. Basically the same that you would get with Sanaa with the bread service thing.
Right.
So, so what I did was this. I said, I would like the sauce service ahead of my steak, please.
That's a good idea.
They looked at they were like, huh? I said, you see, I'm going to pay for the sauces, all the sauce service, right? The sauce flight. But I would like the sauce flight to come with the appetizers.
Right.
Okay. When the guy brought the sauce flight to the table, he stopped short. Like, he's coming. Wait. He's looking at us. He almost turns around. He's like, oh, no. That's for us.
Yeah.
He says,
so he was expecting to see the steak, and he didn't see it.
He's expecting to see steak. He's not. There's no steak on the table. Why is he? I think it's the first time this has ever happened. and I said, I explained. I said, I want to taste them.
Yeah. So you know.
So then we can choose. Because Alex and Henry didn't know what they don't sauce their steaks.
Yeah, I don't either. That's the thing.
So we're all intrigued by the steak sauce situation, right? And so, and the problem, you know me, Marcus, you know what happens when I finally do get my steak. You know what I'm doing, Marcus? I'm dipping it in every single thing. Every bite in my mouth, it's got a different flavor. Every single one. I'm going around the track.
I couldn't help but think of our whiskey blending thing. I was like, I would be trying to figure out what ratio and mix them up and stuff.
I couldn't cut my pieces of steak small enough to get basically the steak became a vehicle for
the sauce.
The sauces.
Yeah. It becomes a glorified waffle.
Right. Oh, we got to talk about prison waffles. So then
we definitely have to talk about prison waffles.
So
I have a new band now.
It made me think. Like, why doesn't everybody offer us a sauce service? Because there are other steakhouses that do the same things. Other places where they'll ask you, like, which sauce would you like, or which salad dressing would you like, or whatever. Like, why don't you just offer me a sauce service?
Yeah, a flight of each of these different things. Yeah.
Right. Why is that so difficult? Just do the thing. I don't understand.
Yeah, you would think. I mean, they've already got the different sauces.
Also, they charge a lot of money for it. It's like, I don't know. It was like $5 or $6 for the sauce. Like,
and it was how many? 6?
Maybe like 6 or 7. I don't know. But you get one for, like, if you get a steak, you get your choice, and you get a larger amount of it for, I guess, not free, but nothing under Chapek's rule. It's free. But, like, you get something. It comes with your steak. Okay. But you need to know what you want. But for $6, they'll bring all of them. And then I guess you get the, like, flight. But it's Sanaa. They don't do that. They don't say, like, well, which sauce would you like?
No. They throw all of them at you.
You get all of them, and they don't. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, the point is the flight of sauces.
Kit and caboodle, right? Anyway, I don't remember. The thing is, though, I did that on the 25th. I don't remember where we were on that Saturday. That was, where it made me think. Oh, sauce service. I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Was that when we got together? Was that night?
I don't remember.
I think it was.
Oh, now that you're saying that, I think you might be right.
What was I doing that made me think about this? I don't know. I know. Anyway, it happened. It's a thing. When he's a highly disciplined. He's not disciplined about, like, some things he should be disciplined about, but when it comes to his routine, he is highly disciplined. Like, morning routine, he has his alarm set. It goes off. He gets up, shower. He does a shower. Whatever he does else, he comes out, and then I'm up, and he will then shout out his order for breakfast, and I'm ready to take it. Couldn't be more happy to take the order. I'm waiting for it. And he'll say, and it's like almost never different. I mean, 97.8% of the time, it is the same thing. Mm-hmm. And what he says is plain waffle.
Plain waffle.
Plain. He just wants a plain waffle.
Mm-hmm.
Like an Eggo waffle, plain.
Okay, I was about to ask, is it
to drink water.
Water with a waffle?
Water. And so at some point he said this. I think the first time he said this, he was like, so because it used to be we get stuff on the, like we put Nutella on the waffle or something else, like, and you maybe and have some milk with that, right? Because you can't have Nutella with the water, Nutella with milk, right?
Orange juice or coffee, something.
No, that's not happening. So the first day he says to me, like a plain waffle and water. I said, oh, okay, prison breakfast. And so now when he comes out of the bathroom, he says, prison breakfast. That's what he said.
He's owning it. That's good.
Yeah. Prison breakfast, come right up. Prison breakfast.
It's like a shortcut. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Here we go. Prison breakfast. Yeah. That's it. Just a plain single waffle. And that's just how it goes. God bless him, because he's got his routine down.
Oh, that's going to come in handy.
Everything's
later.
timed perfectly. Yeah, he knows exactly when. Every once in a while, he deviates, but almost all the time, he's kind of like.
I wonder if he would consider that his day was enhanced or diminished by deviating from the routine.
Diminished.
Like how
Diminished.
Really? Yeah. So definitely, it's like if I deviate from this routine, I'm going to goof
because for him,
stuff up.
For him, the morning is all about getting the day started correctly, and for him, like that means like he doesn't want to be late. He wants to be on time. He doesn't want anything like that. That's after like as the day progresses, that routine can meander.
Yeah.
Fall
Becomes
off.
a little less regimented after that.
Yes, but the first part of the day, it's
Yeah. And that makes sense. I mean, that's the part of the day where you're not really thinking as straight, I guess, because you just woke up, kind of groggy, and everything okay over there? For those listening at home, Jason has become distracted by something. Quite distracted, in fact.
I hear drum.
I think I might be hearing it too.
I hear drumming. Do you hear it?
I thought I did.
Could you hear that? This is fascinating for everybody listening.
It's absolutely. Everybody lean in and listen. I'm talking in your ear now. Hi.
It's not creepy at all.
You got something in your teeth.
Okay. I can hear it. Oh, thanks. You're talking to them. Sorry.
Yeah. Or you. Hey. It's just, that's going to help
really
somebody.
Creep people out if we like put me in one ear and you in the other ear, and then.
Hey.
How you
doing?
Jason,
everything Jason tells you is a lie.
Don't listen to that guy.
And then you go, I'm lying. And then they go into a logic lockout like Captain Kirk.
Oh, they love that. The mule I can't ever remember, but starts with the B.
Burden.
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 Burden's butt.
We used to call donkeys butts.
So,
Lord.
So, there's like a drum. It sounds like someone's like, dun 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 dun. It's like the longest invasion ever. Like they're waiting. Like, come on already.
Is this an invasion or a funeral?
Go. Like that's what it sounds like. Sounds like someone's like maybe a neighbor's kid is learning the drum or something. Maybe
practicing for a funeral.
Yeah. It's like a death march. Yeah.
Yeah. That must suck. I haven't played drums at a funeral.
Oh, I thought you meant like just like being the one the march.
Yeah. I mean, there's very little of a funeral doesn't suck. I mean, when you really come down to it, no part of a funeral are you going, yeah, that was good.
Oh, I don't know.
I get, one of those cool New Orleans jazz funerals would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want one of those when I die.
The funerals where it's like a celebration of life kind of thing. Like, we're going to celebrate this person's life.
Wake.
And like how, awesome they were or weren't. But we're going to not say that.
Or we pretend like they were.
Yeah. But people are like, it's like, it's like, yeah, I think that's what I would want. I want people to have fun.
Yeah, me too. So I want to party at mine. And then I want to be blown up.
Okay. That's weird.
So you're in charge of that.
Okay, I'll be in charge of the dynamite. I can tell you where that's going to go.
Up Burnham's butt.
I know where to stick this. Yeah.
Up the donkey.
Ooh. Weird sounds, man. There's weird sounds. So, I'm like, what's happening? We're being invaded or something. It's the invasion of Winter Garden.
You think you wouldn't have a drummer in your invasion because that would give you away?
They were very polite back then. They stood in straight rows.
Yeah.
Let's make it target practice. Like, it's very. I mean, it wasn't like the guys deciding to do that were out there in the front, but that's how they did it. That's how they did it. Like, let's line up. Can you imagine the first person who thought about guerrilla warfare? First person. They're like, excuse me? Yeah. I just have a suggestion. Like, I don't know. What if we hide behind trees? What if we don't actually let them know where we are?
Yeah.
But maybe wait for them to travel through here, and then we spring on them, right? And then there's somebody saying, "Well, that doesn't seem very fair."
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I think the people you're looking for are the American Indians during the French and Indian War. That's when England found out that firing in volleys didn't really work in the woods, and hiding behind the trees and whatnot was much better. Because that's what the Indian Rangers would do.
Like, why would you why? Oh, but get out there. You're going to be yes, you there. Yes, you're in the front row. No, not. Yes. You go up to the front row. You're in the front row. You got the best view.
You can see everything.
The best. Yeah. It's the best view. I'm good. I'm good here. Thank you very much. I'm right here. This is a good spot. This is my spot.
And the thing
is
that firing in volleys like that is extremely effective in an open field. So don't fight in an open field.
Yeah, I mean, why?
That's the lesson to take away here.
Have you been to Gettysburg? Like, it's wide open.
Yeah. So don't fight there.
You have the whole country.
If they're out there waiting for you to show up, don't show up. It's really easy.
Right.
Go around the back.
Tell them you are going to show up.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Right. But go somewhere else.
Like behind where they are.
Or just some other place.
Yeah. Or just, kind of like what Mr. Miyagi says. Best defense, no be there.
Right.
Words of wisdom from Noriyuki Pat Morita.
Like, I don't understand. It's old. The old ways of war were weird.
Yeah, I mean, with the musket, that kind of became. I mean, like that was the most.
Yeah, but what? Because it became the
efficient use of it.
Yes, but that's then you're bending to the weapon.
Yeah, exactly. You're kind of playing your slice. It's a little.
Why would you? Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, you do yourself a big service by teaching people to fire from cover.
Yes, or use a hatchet from behind a tree.
Yeah. Or a musket from behind a tree. Anything from behind a tree. friggin' slingshot would be better. Because, the tree stops the bullet. There you go. That's what you want.
Right. Anyway. So I know we're going long here, but I have one more thing I got to talk about.
Tad.
God, I love my in-laws. They have this television. I don't know how it came up when they were visiting sometime years ago. I'm in their living room. I'm looking at their TV, and they have this nice big screen TV. It's like a 60-inch or 72-inch. I mean, it's big. Not 72-inch. It's probably 60-inch TV. It's 60-inch TV, and it's nice. It's like I forget how many. Maybe it's 9 years old. 8 years. I don't know. Anyway, but at this point, it was like pretty brand new.
Right.
I'm in their living room, and I'm looking, and it's got these lines. On like the right hand side of the screen, just lines going down, just about like 2.5, maybe 3 inches at the most in from the edge. But it's considered like lines, right?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you need to, what happened? And I don't really know what happened.
Right.
Got damaged somehow. I don't know, but maybe
Seems
it was
like
out of
something's wrong
warranty
with
at that point. Something's wrong with it, but they couldn't get it fit. I don't know. It was a whole thing. Okay, that was like I said. 9 years ago, 8 years, whatever. Okay. When they were visiting in December, this came up somehow. I don't know how. And they mentioned these lines, and I said, "Wait, you never got that fixed?" And they said, "No." And I said, "You still have that television?" Yeah. What? Like what? And
they've
so
just been enduring this.
Yeah, and it's just we're used to it. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, you have
animals.
You spent all this and that's the thing. They spent so much money on this 60-inch TV, like an LCD
9 years
TV or
ago.
something.
A TV that size is
it's probably
really
LED
expensive.
Or else, I don't know. Right? It was yes. I think they probably spent like $2,000 or something on this thing, and so in my mother-in-law's mind, it's like this is gonna last forever. But this is coming from the person who doesn't need to, but buys a new car like every 5 years. As soon as the other car's paid, like she buys a new car. But a television. No, for some reason, a television, which they happen to spend more time using than a car,
true,
has to last longer than the house even. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So I told her, I said, look, a new television will cost, she said, you don't know how much you spent on this television. I said, it doesn't matter how much you spent on it because today you could get the equivalent of that television without the lines today for like $75.
Yeah, that's sunk cost thinking.
Like, come on! What are you doing? You get a 60-inch TV, a really good 60-inch TV, better than the one they have for like $300.
Yeah,
no problem.
They're ridiculously cheap right now.
Great, right? Okay. I don't remember the exact timing of this, but I don't know if we learned about that same visit or this happened I think it was later. The TV, I think the TV may have gone kaput. Okay. Or maybe it just got worse. Maybe it was getting progressively worse. I don't know. But the solution that they chose, Marcus, was to carry from the basement to carry up the old TV that they still had in the basement.
The TV that this TV replaced.
TV that this TV replaced.
Oh, my God.
They brought up from the basement. Now, you know how heavy that TV must have been?
It's not a CRT, is it?
It might be.
Oh my God, those things are ridiculous.
Yeah.
I had a 32-inch and I could barely lift the sticking thing.
So this thing, I don't know. I got to get a picture because now I'm dying to know. But they carried this thing up from the basement, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, you could have gone to Best Buy and bought a brand new television for $200.
Yeah.
and carried it home. It would have been that thing. It would have been easier to move from the store with your bare hands than that TV was to bring up from the basement.
And now, did they have it set up in the basement? Like,
yeah, it was set up probably for the kids when they would play down there back in the dungeon.
Years the $200 is more than justified then, because now you've not only put yourself through some serious pain in the butt to get that thing up, but now you don't have the one that's in the basement that you used to have.
I'm just saying.
Wow. And then every 5 years, new car. Okay. I mean, if you're going the monastic route and you're saying, I don't want to spend money unless I absolutely have to, I respect that. But when...
And I would buy them a television, but like, I think that you can't buy someone a television. Like, I mean, you can. Certain people, I don't think I can buy my in-laws a television, because at that point I'm like saying, you don't have a good enough television.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. It seems kind of a judgy thing to do. Yeah.
Yeah, like
it's not quite as bad as buying someone mouthwash, but it's kind of close.
It might be as bad.
Your TV sucks. Here's a new one.
When I visited, I was noticing. Here's a new grocery list too.
Your television has a burned-in Weather Channel logo on the bottom right.
It may be time. It may be time.